Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we thought we'd do a video on the myths. I can't pronounce that. On the myths, is that okay? On the myths and truths, can't do that, of depression.
So they're taken from Mum's newest book, which isn't out until January 2020, Hope with Depression. But we thought it was super important because we've done it for a couple of the different eating disorders and OCD, and we realised we hadn't actually done one about depression. And I feel like depression is so, like, it affects so many people.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, it's so often, like, missed or just conceived as something else.
Yeah. I mean, especially when I was doing my degree in stage and media, everyone was so like, well, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out, you know, the reason why they're here is because they've got depression and it's their therapy. And it's like, whoa, you don't realise. So we thought we'd just debunk some of the things that people think are true.
So the first one is, it is obvious when someone has depression.
Oh, right,
sorry. I just ate a biscuit and I think it's like sat in my throat. So, the truth is, yes, sometimes when you know a person inside and out and you live with them every day, it's obvious when something is a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not always obvious when someone does have depression, because a lot of people can hide it so well. So in front of other people, they might wear a mask and they might be really jolly, but that might take up like all their energy.
Yeah,
and then
so
as soon
true.
as they close the door behind them, it's a completely different story. Or they have a mask and actually in their head it's a completely different thing to what they're portraying. Sorry. Yeah, so definitely watching out for the small things that...
More like behaviour changes rather than...
Oh god, sorry, hang
You
on.
okay, mate?
You alright? It out, yeah.
Okay.
Right, back from my coughing fit.
Yeah, so it's more behaviour changes rather than so much personality, because they can hide that, whereas the behaviour, they might not think that people quite pick up on it, whereas you just know, don't
Things
you?
to do with they're not eating the same, so they might go out and either not eat a lot or the opposite.
Give up hobbies.
Being tired quite a lot.
Stop being interested in the world and what they used to be,
Yeah.
even if it's something like trampolining.
Yeah.
They just might not want to go.
But the reasons might be something different. So you might think, oh, that's fair enough reason, and not think anything of it.
It's a hard one though, because they might just want to give up trampolining. So it's kind of picking up on a few bits that kind of add together.
Yeah. So the next one is, depression mainly affects women. I feel like a lot of us realise this now, that it really doesn't. Men are massively affected by depression, but as like many of us know, hopefully it's getting a bit better, but it's...
I mean, the suicide numbers are just...
Yeah, it's just awful really, and a lot of men, either they don't realise what they're actually going through, so they might not know that what they've got is depression, but they don't feel right, and you know,
I find it interesting.
Out of control.
Sorry. I find it interesting, I'm just going to carry on anyway. I find it interesting because all about the masculinity thing, isn't it? It's like they have to keep up to a certain level of masculinity, and some men, I think Ant Middleton, don't quote me on this, he's a SAS, he does brilliant like SAS programs, and he treats his son with a lot of masculinity. Don't cry, man up. You know, to a certain extent you just have to get on with life and not dwell in it too much, but what's the balance between that and then being able to show your emotions? Do you get what I mean? I feel like,
but also depression is an illness that you can't help. Like, if you've, like, I get that in some situations, but when it's an actual illness, you can't control that. Yeah, it takes a part of you to be like persistent in trying to get through it, but you can't control something that's taken over your brain, when it's like a chemical imbalance and things. But as we know, where does it say here? So the shocking fact is the biggest cause of death among men under 50 is suicide.
Which is crazy.
Which is obviously quite clearly linked to depression. So if you do realise, so guys out there, I think a lot of guys are becoming a lot more open to it.
100%.
But honestly, like you could be saving your friend if you open up a conversation if you think something's wrong.
And it's all about, I think, when I went through my mental illness, you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't contact, you just go away for a while. And I think a lot of people think you don't care, or when they don't understand it, they just think you've just gone off and you've just left them. And I think it's always checking up on them friends that don't always turn up. They generally just might just be a bit of a flake and not just turn up. But I think you'll get the vibe if they've, not been feeling too good, and they just don't. I think it's just checking up on your friends and just making sure, you're okay, always here, even if it's just that.
Yeah. The next one is the taboo over depression is well and truly broken these days. I think it's getting there a lot, isn't it? But it's definitely not broken. I think because of the people around us, we're very much, because we've gone through it for so many years, the people who are around us now understand it and don't judge it. Yeah. But there are we're lucky to have that. But if there's people who haven't actually been touched by mental illness in any way, I feel like there is still a lot of stigma, and you've just got to be just got to be open to things and just try not to judge, really.
Yeah, like you said, we talk about it all the time because it's part of Mum's work and part of our work to some extent. So we're very open about it,
and a lot of the people who surround us are as well, because they know the journey, and also a lot of people around us have also experienced it. There are many people who haven't still, and it's just educating people, really.
Yeah. So
what's the next one? You cannot help people with depression. So the truth here, hang on, I'll just read this bit because it's quite good. You cannot wave a magic wand and make depression disappear, but you can support and care for someone with the illness and show them acceptance and understanding. Because sometimes, there is truth in, if you don't want to be helped, then no one else can help you. Yeah. But there's also truth in that person needs care and support to get to a place where they do want to help themselves. So it's a line.
And people just having their back. For example, myself, I probably wouldn't, I don't think I would have survived if it wasn't for you guys. Honestly. I wouldn't be here. Be like Infinity War. No, I don't think I would have. It was me that had to get myself better, but it was all of you that kept me afloat whilst I was working that out, if that made sense. So, it has to come from them, but the best you can do is the best you can do.
Yeah.
So you can support them, you can be there for them. So I think that's it.
That's those really. Yeah. Well, we hope they might have helped. Yeah. And just let us know if you got any more.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.